Welcome everybody. Welcome to the Spring Open House, QVMS Spring Open House. Thank you for coming.
Wait, they're not in here. Hold on.
What?
Something.
They're not admitted.
They're not here.
I
Okay.
wasn't sure. I wasn't
There
sure
we
if
go.
anyone.
There we go.
Okay. Hello everybody, and welcome to the QVMS Spring Open House. Thank you for coming. Right now, we're just waiting for everybody to join the meeting, and Ms. Holmes is going to be playing a YouTube video of a virtual model of the QVMS building made by past students who've come to QVMS. So we hope you enjoy that. And again, welcome. We're just waiting for everybody to join.
All right. Hello, everyone. And once again, welcome to today's Spring Open House. My name is Jesse Fung, and I'm the Student Council President here at the Q. I'm here with Lana, Michelle, and Zaira, our other Student Council leaders. And we also have some of the amazing QVMS administrators, such as our one and only principal, Dr. Post.
Thank you, Jesse. Yes, there's only one of me right now, so that's good. I don't know if they could handle two. Welcome, everybody. Thank you, students. Thank you, staff, for being here tonight. I just want to take a minute to let you know how happy I am to not just to be the principal, but to also be here with you tonight. And just to share some words of encouragement with you. First, I want to give a special thanks to our student council and our leaders, other leaders that are here tonight. Thank you, Ms. James, for helping out. Thank you, Ms. Holmes, for driving this tonight. We appreciate all of you. And to all of our staff members who are going to share tonight. Your hard work does not go unnoticed. And so, Ms. Holmes, just let me know if at any point if I freeze up and you can't hear me, okay? And I'll circle back. So I want to share something encouraging, but first I want to take a moment to reflect. And so if you will think back, it was about a year ago this week when we received the news that due to the pandemic, we would not be returning face to face for the remainder of the school year. And I want to ask you, do you remember Do you remember how that felt, hearing that message? Do you remember how you felt? Do you remember where you were when you heard it? I do. I can remember that I was shocked. There was a bit of shock, and then I began to feel the pressure mount as I had to begin to work with teams of leaders to figure out just exactly how we were going to pull off online learning for term 4 of last year. Well, somehow we did, and the rest is history. Here we are today, doing the best that we can to provide good teaching and learning experiences for all. And so that's my reflective piece. And so now, how do we move forward? How do we plan for the future, near term, long term, when it's so uncertain? I don't know that I have the best answer for that, but I'll tell you, you can't stop planning and you can't stop dreaming. And so my motivation piece comes from a book that I read this week. I picked it up off my shelf. I hadn't looked at it in a couple of years. It's called Dream Differently by Vince Bertram. And in his book, Dr. Bertram talks about his experiences counseling young people, mostly high school and college age students, but probably some middle school students as well, counseling and coaching them as they prepare to enter the world of adulthood, right? And so from his research, he finds out that there are some important things that he believes will help young people find and figure out rather what it is that they really want to do in life. And so as students, you've probably heard people ask you for years, what do you want to do with your life? What do you want to be when you grow up? You've probably heard that question. You've probably also been told to follow your dreams, right? And so Dr. Bertram says that following your dreams can kind of be challenging and a bit abstract if you don't even know where to start. And so he breaks down his advice into a few steps and a few questions. And so he first asks, identify your dream. What is it that you're passionate about? What is it that you want to do? Do you have an idea of what you want to be? Or do you need support with that? He said, you can't follow your dream if you don't yet know what it is. And so dreaming big is okay. The next thing he says is, how will you be ready for a rapidly evolving world? And so here it is where I think that young middle school and high school students begin to understand that, things are changing. Education changes, technology changes. We have changes in science every day. There are changes in the arts. And because of those changes, sometimes your dreams are going to change with them. And that's okay. It's okay if your dreams change. Now, the third question that Dr. Bertram shared was, what do you want to get out of college? Or what do you want to get out of technical training? Or what's your purpose for going? What do you hope to obtain as a result of attending college? He said, training shouldn't be just a means to an end, but it should be a firm stepping stone for what's to come next in your life. And so the author believes that if you can answer those questions, you might be able to plan well and then actually know how to pursue your dreams. And I think he might be right. So I wanted to share that with you tonight. That's my message of encouragement and hope. And I think, as we get ready in just a couple of weeks to begin term 4, that's going to signal the beginning of the end of the school year. Yeah, the beginning of the end of the school year, it's coming, right? So with that, we're going to be sending many of our 8th graders off to high school. And I just want to remind you all, dream differently, as the author says. Be sure to dream big, but whatever you do, just don't stop dreaming. So with that, I'm going to turn it back over to the students and the leaders, and thank you all for letting me share tonight.
We know it can be hard transitioning in our new way of life. So here's a video from our fine arts directors to help you choose what is best for you.
Choir class has a great support system and it is a great way to make friends. I think anyone who's looking for some fun should join choir.
I think you should join choir because our teacher, Mrs. James, teaches us all about singing, practicing, and performing music. Choir is a fun class where we get to go on trips and learn new things.
What I like most about choir is that you get to have fun and you get to have the experience to meet new people. And why I think other people should join choir is because I want them to have the same experience.
I love choir because we can go to UIL and events such as Texas Renaissance Festival. If you do well in UIL, you can earn trophies for your classroom, but if you do well in a solo, you can earn medals for yourself.
I think your elective should be choir because later on you'll do field trips and other activities, and it'll be great.
I do think that you should join choir because I don't see choir as another period that I go to each day. I see it as going to a place where I can have fun.
And I think you should join choir because it's a really nice place to develop your voice and make new friends. And we all help each other grow here, not only in singing, but also in becoming a better person.
I think you should join choir if you want to not only improve in singing, but also improve as a person. And you can do that with the help of the people around you. In choir, the people you sing with really become your family.
Auditioning for a play is stressful enough, but sometimes when actors don't get the part they want, they take it out on the casting director. And we're going to perform the casting section. It's going horribly. Because I'm in LA. That's why. Well, the problem is, there's 2 million actors in this town, but no talent. Oh, why did I ever leave New York? Okay, fine. Warm weather doesn't make up for everything. I'm sorry, I've got to cut this one short. Another one's just come in. Yes, I'll be in for my regular session tomorrow. Thank you, doctor. Why don't you come up to the desk? Unless, that is, you care to shout across the room. Hi, Please, no names. Unless you turn out to be a totally wonderful actor, I'd rather you remain anonymous. Why? If I know your name, it becomes personal. I prefer to remain aloof.
Wow, today is a beautiful day. It's perfect for golfing. Let me get my supplies. Great, now I have my golf ball and my tee. Let me just put the tee into the ground, and then I can start playing. Great, I can play now. Let me get my club. 1, 2, 3. Ouch! Oh, stupid golf ball. Whatever, let's try this again. Great. 1, 2, 3. Huh? Where is it going? Oops, I hit the ball into the lake. I'll be presenting a pantomime called The Job Interview.
Next, we have Mr. Brown, Miss Briggs, and Miss Henry here to talk to us about how students may be feeling socially and emotionally. We know how tough these times are, and we want all students to feel comfortable and welcome to this new school.
All right, guys. I hate to come behind that fabulous fine arts department. We're going to talk about course selections. All of you should have made your course selections by now. In order to make your course selection, you should have accessed the course selection screen using student access. And that means that students must log in as themselves. Parents, you cannot log on as your student. Your student must log in using their login and password information. Also, we did send out an email. We resent the email this week so that you could have the how-to video and the course selection guide. There are very explicit directions on this email, and they will give you all of the instructions that you need in order to complete your course selection. Counselors are always available to help you, but we will be on spring break with you. So if you have a question, please try to get that completed by tomorrow so that we can help you if you need assistance. If students are taking CBE tests, those are credit by exams. They must take and pass the credit by exam, and their schedule will be adjusted. So please don't try to complete the course selection based on what you foresee you'll be taking. You need to complete the course selection based on what you currently have. And last but not least, our course selection deadline is March 21st, but again, we will be on spring break and we will not be able to assist you. So to get as much assistance as needed, please try to have that completed by tomorrow. You can call us or email us, and we will be happy to help you.
Thank you, Ms. Briggs, for that. I tell you, I was impressed with all of our students in the fine arts department. I particularly like string instruments and the choir because I love the singing. I've worked with Miss James before. She actually let me sing one time in choir class years ago. I dare not do that again, Miss James. I dare not. But maybe one day we'll do the duet when we get back to whatever normal is going to look like, right? Ms. Briggs mentioned that we are going out on spring break. So I just want to talk a few minutes about what spring break should be used for. It should be used for break. This year and a half, this year has been tougher than anything that we've ever encountered. We've, as a group, we've been through Harvey, we've been through an ice storm, and we're still traveling through a pandemic. The good news is we're still here, but many of us have grown physically tired. Many of us have grown emotionally tired and psychologically tired, and we're really struggling. So I want to implore you, please take this spring break and do just that. Break. Take care of yourself. Mental and emotional care are just as important as academic success. You can be your best self academically and socially when you have taken care of yourself emotionally. So what are some things that you can do for spring break? Well, one, we want you to be safe. We know that some restrictions have been lifted, but we still want you to be safe so you can come back in a safe manner if you're face-to-face, yes? But go and do something. As soon as I got home today, my wife pulled me in. She said, hey, honey, I want you to look at something. And she's looking at cabins in Broken Bow, Oklahoma. I'd love to take that drive to go up there. But even the drive is going to be tiring. And so I'm going to spend some time on the barbecue pit, maybe playing around in my garden to combat what the freeze destroyed, but really taking a break. I probably won't open up my computer very much, and I want to press you to do that as well, which is why Ms. Briggs said, go ahead and knock out that course selection now and get that off the table so that you can actually enjoy your time. When was the last time you rode your bike? You know, Saturday is going to be daylight savings, and so we're going to have longer days, so go outside and get some fresh air, ride your bike, go see some friends and hang out at the park that you haven't seen in almost a year. Check in, text with them and see how they're doing. How about grandma and grandpa that we haven't seen in a while and checking in on them? When was the last time you threw a ball or went fishing? But do something that can take your mind away from the stress and strain that can be because of school and trying to be academically successful, and just break. Go to Amazon and get you the big Jenga if you don't have it, and have family game night. Beat your parents at Monopoly. Teach them how to play chess. But take care of yourself. Journal, reflect, and look at the past to see how far you've come. So far, we've made it through our worst days. And we don't know what tomorrow is going to bring, but so far we have already made it through our worst days. And so let's rejoice in that. And at the same time, making sure that we give our bodies the opportunity to recuperate and our minds the opportunity to recuperate. And when we get back, our 8th graders will be having their last 9 weeks as a middle schooler. 6th graders will be finishing up their last 9 weeks as a 6th grader. 7th graders will be finishing up their last 9 weeks as a 7th grader. When we get back, we will be in T4, the last grading period. You refresh yourself in spring break so that you can finish strong. Now, when I think about finish strong, in high school, I ran track, and the first thing I think about is a race. And my favorite race was the mile relay. And we'd run one lap around the track and pass the baton. And we'd have a strategy. We start off fast. You want to stretch out on the second 100 and kind of try and pick up momentum. One thing is for sure is that everybody in the race is no longer going as fast as they started. Everybody's decelerating. So everybody's slowing down, but the goal was not to be the one to slow down the slowest, because we want to finish the race, not only finish it, but we want to win the race. And I could hear my coach saying, finish strong, Brown, finish strong, Brown, pump your arms, pump your legs, give it all you got till the finish line. And not only stopping at the finish line, but run through the finish line with everything that you have. I know for a fact that we're all decelerating right now, but we still want to continue to pump our arms, pump our legs, and we want to finish strong, not to the finish line, but through the finish line so we can enjoy another break that's coming this summer. So I encourage you, take care of yourself over spring break, but when we get back, we want to finish this race strong. Thank you, Ms. Briggs. Thank you, Ms. Henry, who is our 6th grade counselor, and thank you for your listening ear.
All right, state tests such as the STAR test may seem very uncertain this year because of the pandemic, the freeze, and all these different factors. So next up, we have Ms. Ofer to give us a short update on state testing.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Open House. I wanted to go over a couple of things for state testing. I know that some of you received emails from Mr. Post and myself regarding state testing, signing up for state testing. So I want to go over a few important facts that you need to know this testing season. Okay, so Quail Valley's 2021 testing season. First of all, I want you guys to mark your calendars. These are the dates that we have to look forward to this testing season during spring 2021. So you have Start Alt 2 testing coming up this first round on March 29th through May 7th. And the days for STAR are as follows. 7th grade writing is April 6th, and English 1 EOC is on April 6th as well. You have 8th grade science on May 6th, and then 8th grade social studies on May 7th. 6th through 8th grade math and reading will be between the 11th and 12th, but the days can go anywhere until June. So we're currently looking at the surveys that you guys have put in for this past Tuesday. You guys had an opportunity to upload those things. And so once we figure out how many students we have, with how many teachers we'll have to cover each group of students, we will give you further dates for those days. So be on the lookout for emails from Mr. Post as well as myself. Algebra EOC exam will be on May 5th, and the biology exam will be on May 6th. Again, go ahead and mark your calendars, look for the emails from Mr. Post and I, and we will be with you. I know that some people had a few questions and weren't sure about how are we supposed to take the STAR test this year. Is it mandatory? Is it not mandatory? Is it required? Is it not required? Well, here's a couple facts and fiction, okay? So the facts are, if you're a face-to-face student, you will need to take the STAR exam this school year. You're on campus, you're gonna take the STAR exam. If you're an online student, you have the option to sign up to take the STAR exam, and that closed on Tuesday, March 9th. I have taken the liberty to reopen up the sign up so that tonight, after you guys hear anything that you maybe a little concerned about, you'll have an opportunity to sign up tonight, and I'll close that tomorrow at noon. And that'll be the final time that we'll take anybody signing up for the STAR test, because we have to be able to prepare. In order to prepare, we have to have all of the data, okay? Online students, again, you're not required, but if you do want to take the exam, make sure that you sign up for it. Students who don't take the exam will not be penalized in any way. Those are the facts. Fiction, students will be penalized for not taking the STAR exam. You will not be penalized. There's nothing that we can do about it. It's not going to keep you from promoting. It's not going to keep you from going to high school. It's definitely not going to keep you from going to academies. You're okay if you don't take the STAR exam. That is your family's decision. And here at QVMS, we respect your decision to keep your students safe and be comfortable with your decisions, okay? All righty, so for the STAR EOC, these include Algebra 1, English 1, and Biology. If your student is taking the courses Algebra 1, English 1, or Biology, they will take a STAR EOC exam. This exam does not determine whether or not your student is promoted to the next grade level or if they pass the actual course. This only is a requirement for graduation, okay? So let me go into a couple of facts and then I'll debunk some of the fiction, okay? Face-to-face students will take the STAR EOC exam because they are on campus automatically. Online students are not required to take the STAR EOC exam, but it is highly recommended that they take it this season because they have the information fresh on their brains. If your family decides that you are not comfortable with sending your student on campus for whatever reason, we respect whatever that reason is, your student will be offered an opportunity in the future to take that exam. The next upcoming exams are June of 2021 and December of 2021. If your student is unable to take that exam during any of that time, they will be afforded an opportunity during future testing dates, okay? And that information will come to you as soon as the information is readily available. Students will have future opportunities. You will have those opportunities. Those are facts, guys. Students who don't take the exam will not be penalized in any way. Again, you will not be penalized because you did not take the exam. You will have to take this exam in order to meet graduation requirements in high school. This does not mean that you have to reach these requirements to get out of middle school, but you have to meet this exam and pass this exam in order to get out of high school. Let me see. It will not keep you from being able to go to any academies in the high school, transfer anything. It's not going to hurt your grade. No issues. Again, it is highly recommended that your child takes this exam, but we understand and respect your concerns. If you decide that right now you don't feel comfortable to do it, your child will have an opportunity in the future. Just know the longer it takes them to take the exam, the less and less stuff that they may remember in the future. Okay. And does anybody have any questions or concerns? Because I'm here to answer those for you.
Yes, hello?
Uh-huh.
Hi, I'm sorry. So for my daughter, I have an 8th grade daughter. I have a 6th grader too. So her being in 8th grade, she's going to be required to take these STAR tests. She's in person. She goes face to face. So she'll be required to take these STAR tests, right?
Yes, she will.
Okay. All right. And they're going to be given on those days that you gave there for face to face students.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Sorry, I missed all that. I kind of walked in the in the middle of it. So, okay.
No problem. No problem. And the dates that are to be determined, I have to wait until we get the counts and the numbers to be able to tell you, like, hey, we're going to do 2 days. Hey, we might spread it out throughout the month.
Okay. Sounds good. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I also have a question.
2 more questions.
Okay. So do middle school students, they don't have to take the STAR exam?
It depends on the situation, but it's not required. It is recommended that they take it, but it's not a requirement. Nothing will happen if you do not take the exam. If you have an EOC exam, like Algebra 1, English 1, or Biology, then just know that it's required for you to take the exam in order to graduate from high school. But it's not a requirement to promote from whatever grade you're in or to leave middle school. It's not a requirement in that respect, but it is a requirement to get out of high school. And again, we are highly recommending you take it now while the information is fresh and you're currently in the course.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, I have a question.
One more question.
Go ahead.
Okay, if we filled out the survey and we selected that our child is not going to participate, and maybe we see a little more information, more dates and whatnot that you guys are going to get later on, can we change our mind?
It'll be very difficult to do that due to like staffing and making sure that we have coverage. And we still are practicing social distancing and things like that to protect everybody. So it would be better for you to go ahead and sign up and then to back out versus to try to sign a bunch of people up at the last minute. That makes it a little difficult for planning.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
And I have a question.
Go ahead, sweetheart.
So for
The last
online students, if we decide to take the test, must we come to campus to take the test?
Everybody must report to campus in order to take the exam. There's no way you can take the exam at home, at another location. All students at Quail Valley will take the exam at Quail Valley. So if you're a GT student and your bus from, let's say your feeder pattern is First Colony, even though First Colony is like your home school, you currently attend Quail Valley Middle School, so you need to come to Quail Valley in order to take your exam. And again, parents, you are responsible for picking them up, dropping them off, and they will be able to call you once they are done with the test. The test is supposed to take up to 4 hours for regular STAR tests. Certain EOCs take 5 hours, but students sometimes don't take nowhere near that amount of time. That's just the amount of time that they're allotted to have. And then from there, once they're done, maybe it takes 1, 2, 3 hours, the students will be able to call you to pick them up. Okay. Again, the survey will be open from today until tomorrow at noon. After noon tomorrow, we have to shut it down in order to prepare for the upcoming STAR exams. Hope I was able to answer all questions. Thank you, guys.
Hold on. Where do we
go ahead, Lana.
The survey?
Say it again.
Oh, where's the survey?
For the survey.
Mr. Post sent an email out last Friday. I can't think of the date, but he sent it out last Friday. And then he sent another email, I want to say on Monday morning as well. And in that in that email, there's a letter as well as a survey link. So just go there. The survey's opened up. If you had a hard time trying to register for the exams, because the survey closed, I opened it up today. So go ahead, go in and get that done, because at 12 noon tomorrow, we're closing it off.
For Monday's email, okay, so I did not get the email, so I need to search for Monday's email, right? You said
Monday or Friday. Do you usually get the school emails from Mr. Post?
Okay, yes.
I normally don't get it, but my husband.
Okay, maybe we'll figure out, we'll work on something. Maybe we can put it in the chat, the link in the chat before we all head out of here.
Okay, I'll do that. Thank you.
All right, sounds good. Okay, and we're gonna move on. Go ahead, Lana.
Okay, so next up we have a video about the library at QVMS. At QVMS, we have a huge library of many different books that are many different genres for you to check out. And so please enjoy this video made by our one and only librarian, Miss Brumley. And if you haven't met her, then you'll meet her. Like, yeah, she's cool. Yeah.
Hello and good evening. My name is Shannon Brumley Monreal, or Miss Brumley. I am the librarian at Quail Valley Middle School, and I'm coming to you on this open house to give you a quick review of how to get books in the hands of your kiddos. So the first thing we're going to talk about is the various ways you can find ebooks available free to your students. As you can see, I have logged into OneDrive right here. Your student knows how to do that because that's how they access their classes. There are 3 different ways your student can access ebooks. The first is from what we lovingly call the Blue Kirby. It is known as Sora Overdrive. They click it, and then they can search from thousands of titles available to them that they can check out in 2-week increments. So for example, they will put this book, I want to check this book out, and they click borrow. They can read this on their device. There is an applicable app you can download on a phone or a tablet, and if you have a Fort Bend County Library card, you can connect them as well, so your kids will have access to tens of thousands of books. Next is Macambia. We have several books available through them. They'll click on the pretty little circle, and then they can look at what we have available via ebook, and it's the same thing now. They can open now, they can look at it, see if they like it, and if they do, they can check it out. Okay. The third and final is Junior Library Guild, otherwise known as JLG. This is a subscription-based service, and they are as many people as we want can read it. So if they and their friends want to get together and read a light in the darkness, they just click it, they can read, and it is there for them. Okay. Now we are still offering tangible books to students through our curbside service. That is available twice a month on a Thursday from 4:30 to 6. The next one coming up is April 1st. When your student logs into Schoology, they will see our course right here. You click it, and the first thing they come to is this banner, which has the walkthrough of how they go about reserving books. A few reminders about books in general. First, even though it is not required by the district, please know that all tangible books are quarantined for a period of at least 4 days in the library before they are allowed to be checked out to a different student. Students are allowed to check out up to 4 books per 2 weeks, and those books can be returned at each curbside service. There will be no late fines. If they finish in advance, I have already talked to different librarians across the district, and you are more than welcome to drop them off at the closest FBISD campus. Simply tell the front office that these are for the library. That librarian will get it to me. And as always, if you have any questions, I'm available via email. Thanks for your time.
Happening.
Next up is a message from our 3 fabulous assistant principals celebrating the many achievements and accomplishments achieved by kids just like you.
So, sixth grade. I'm so proud of our sixth graders. I'm Mr. Holland, the sixth grade administrator, the associate principal for Quail Valley Middle School. We have sixth grade celebrations. Our sixth graders are on their way to becoming the epitome of our QVMS Raider core values. And one of the core values that we've been working on is being respectful. And sixth grade students have acknowledged and embraced the fact that respect looks different based on those receiving and giving it. And we are all different and we embrace those differences. So our sixth graders are learning to clarify what respect means to everyone they encounter because it matters. So I am Raider proud. That's just one celebration. The next celebration is that our sixth graders, wait for the slide. Our sixth graders in academics, our sixth grade raters on average are reading on an eighth grade equivalent reading level as a class. And this is a gain from the first administration of the Renaissance 360 assessment. So go Raiders. I am proud of you. I'm Raider proud. Continue to push forward in that direction. Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Dr. Joe Schulz. I'm the 7th grade assistant principal. And one of the great successes that our 7th graders have had this year is embracing the opportunities. In 7th grade, this becomes the grade level where our kids get to really become involved in everything that's happening on campus. They get to try out for sports. They become eligible to join the National Junior Honor Society. They get to be able to have that opportunity to join all the competition teams that we have in choir, in connected mathematics and competitive mathematics and everything that we have. That's really the grade level they get their first taste at it. And this year we've had a wonderful outcry for all the organizations that we've had. We've had a wonderful start successfully for all of our sports that are going on. Right now, we're in the middle of the track season. Our kids are doing great. I'm very proud. I was at the track meet yesterday. I'm very proud of how our boys and our girls did. Our National Junior Honor Society members have just put in their application for the incoming inductions. And don't forget, everybody, that soccer tryouts are happening pretty much right as we get back from our spring break. So please be on the lookout for those. And then the next thing is our 7th graders are really ready to lead. You know, they're on the cusp. You heard Mr. Brown earlier talk about we're coming into T4. This is the time to finish strong. Well, our 7th graders are getting ready to become the leaders of the school. And it's been, I think we've all gone through something through the pandemic and Wintermageddon, which was always also fun. But you know what? I'm so proud of my 7th graders because they've really shown grit and determination. The kids who are online and the kiddos who are here face-to-face at Quail Valley. They are showing all those leadership qualities that it takes to really become the leaders on campus as 8th graders and to show the incoming 6th graders what it really means to imbibe Raider pride and Raider respect. So I'm very proud of my 7th grade kids.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Hannah Harvey. I'm the 8th grade assistant principal at Quail Valley Middle School. And I've had the opportunity to serve with our 8th graders for 2 years. So I must say I love each and every one of them. Each and every one of them is special. And we share a lot together. And the first thing that I want to celebrate about our 8th graders is their kindness. Overall, all the 8th graders that I've come in contact with, whether it be face-to-face, and even when the kids came back online this year to take the assessment, just exhibiting support for one another, kindness towards one another. Currently in the cafeteria, we may have lunch that consists of both 6th, 7th, and 8th graders. It's a mix sometimes. And just to watch our 8th graders give up their seat to a 6th grader, or a group of 6th graders who want to sit, although we social distance, but they may want to still sit at the same table near each other. Just the other day, a student said they needed a utensil because they didn't have a utensil for their food and they were scared to go ask for one. Someone said, "No, I'll do it for you." And they went up there, went to the cafeteria lady and got a utensil for them, a plastic fork. So just watching them show kindness and support during this time when we all need it. So I want to thank them for that. Just recently, we celebrated Virtual Career Day. This was our first time district-wide having Career Day virtually. So there's several people I want to celebrate and thank for this. Number one, our PTO parents who actually helped set this up with Mr. Brown and the counseling team, along with district leaders. But if it wasn't for the PTO parents stepping in, making sure that at the end the kids had a snack or a goodie bag to end their day. But most of all, during Virtual Career Day, I went to the different sessions. I signed in as a kid at each session. And it was just interesting to hear the questions that they were asking the speakers. They were kind, they were respectful, they were listening. Even the speakers were amazed with the types of questions that they were asking, some high level questions that they never would have thought of even as an adult. So we had a very successful career day, and I want to thank not only the students for their behavior and their respectfulness, but also the parents for supporting us in that event. Next slide. I would also like to celebrate their willingness and commitment to safety protocols. And we all know we had the honor of having to wear our masks every day. We have the hallways going in certain directions where you can only go one way. And that was to prevent a lot of congestion in the hallways. But I have to say, our 8th graders, along with all the other kids, but particularly because we have a lot of conversations and the kids know when they come to the cafeteria, we have our moment of, let's sit, listen for announcements, because I always have something to say. And hopefully it'll take them not only while they're working at school, but in their lives in the future. But just the fact that they were committed to making sure that we follow the rules, there was never like a moment of, why do we have to do this? I hate this. They followed, they were willing, they were committed, and they would even tell other people, hey, you're going the wrong way. You got to go this way. So thank you for that. And I want to celebrate that. And finally, resiliency. Like I said, during this pandemic and all the different things that we've gone through, just the challenges of growing up. And we all know that as parents, you'll start to see that the challenges of leaving middle school and I'm not sure what high school will look like. What is my future like? But just the fact that they're sticking it out, they're pressing forward, and they're maintaining those positive attitudes to prepare them, that will help prepare them for their future. So I want to say this. I truly, truly must say I enjoyed each and every one of them. I will miss these students like greatly, and they know that. And they always laugh because I sometimes cry up and tear up, but I feel like they're my own personal kids. So I appreciate you guys, and parents, thank you for allowing us and trusting us to work with them every day.
So yes, thank you to our campus administrators for their hard work daily. I see what you do with our face-to-face and our online students every day, and I am appreciative and grateful. So I celebrate you. We want to just again remind everybody that we celebrate our families and our students. Thank you for your commitment during this difficult time. And we just want to tell you a job well done. So if you haven't done so already this year, take a moment to pat yourself on the back. Okay. Job well done, students. You've done a great job, and I want you to just take a moment to acknowledge that. Well done. Well, we've actually come to the end of our presentation today. We know it was really difficult. There are questions that popped up into your head, and you may want some answer to those questions. And maybe take a moment right now and think about if you heard anything from our administrative team that you want follow-up information on, you can email us here. If you have some questions from the counseling team, you can send an email as well. Same with the librarian and the testing coordinator. Oh, thank you. And so we just really, truly, truly are glad that you're here. Thank you so much for coming. I cannot remember if our student council, we do have another shout out to our student council. Please, please, please. We're going to open the chat up right at the end just so everybody can say their goodbyes and their thank yous and their hellos. And thank you for coming. Please send student council. Oh, we are going to try to, we have marked record on this video, and there will be an attempt to upload and share the video. I'd say attempt, so we hope we will be able to send it out. If you don't receive the copy, know that we did our absolute best. Again, thank you so much. Have a great evening, everyone. Students, we look forward to seeing you in any capacity. Have a great, great night. Thank you, Student Council. Bye-bye. You can unmute yourselves too and say bye as we head out.
Everybody, thanks for coming.
Hey, bye.
Bye.
Good job, everybody.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye. Great job.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you.